Welcome to Langston Hughes High School. We're on hand for the second game of our doubleheader here on Sportal Spaces coverage of Georgia High School basketball alongside Kyle Sandy. I'm Ned Case. Kyle, we're about to tip this one off, but what are a few things those at home need to know about Langston Hughes, the Panthers?
You're watching the defending Class 6A state champions with the best player in the state of Georgia, Landers Nolly. McDonald's All-American snub. He's averaging 32 points per game. He is going to Virginia Tech. He is the show, the best shooter in the state of Georgia. And if you're Tri-Cities, Eli Lawrence, a very good unsigned senior guard tip, and he gets sick. And that's how it all plays out. And
So we'll reach tip. Does that count as the dead ball to get butts out? It looks like it doesn't.
Not.
So they'll tip it again, and Tri-Cities will win this one back into the hands of Eli Lawrence. Travis Johnson, that is. Now with the ball is John Young over to DeMarcus Johnson. Johnson, left-handed three, no good. Rebound pulled down there. And good, goes by Eli Lawrence.
He's a big-time player. He's a big-time player, just under 22 points per game and just under 10 rebounds. He is one of the best unsigned senior guards in the state of Georgia. If you're a low-major school, you got to come see him because he can really fill it up.
Nolly runs into a double team. Goes inside to Smith. Smith, right hand off the glass, gets it to go. Nice take there by Tyler Smith to get the scoring started for the Panthers.
Another unsigned physical senior that transferred in this senior year. He's been a big help to really not just have all the focus on Landers, get some inside post play as well.
No good, rebound there to Morgan. And the Panthers will look to clear. Morgan over to Nolly. Nolly ball fake, baseline jumper, no good. Rebound pulled down there by Tri-Cities and Young.
John Young, a well-traveled player. This is his third school, but I think he's found a home. And let's see what he does tonight. He's a very smooth scorer.
Smith pulls the ball down ahead to Morgan. Morgan ball fake, no good. Rebound, we're headed the other way. Johnson brings down the rebound. DeMarcus Johnson looking to attack. Left hand layup, good. DeMarcus Johnson gets on the board for the first time tonight.
He's a microwave scorer. If he gets hot from deep, he can fill them in. So keep an eye on him to see if he can knock one down, because if he knocks one down, he's going to knock 2 and 3, and he's very important. But let's see what he does defensively. He is one of the smallest players out there, and Langston Hughes does have big guards.
Butts handles and is bumped, and it doesn't look like they want to sub in Samba. So, oh, no, here it comes, excuse me. Samba comes in, and you can see Josh Butts just doesn't really feel right walking off the court here.
No. It's been a crazy week with all this snow and delays and no schools, and then he catches a crazy allergic reaction right before the game. It's not fun for him.
And it looks like we're going to have an offensive foul. They're going to get Tyler Morgan with a moving screen.
So if you're the Langston Hughes defense, Amari Forts for Tri-Cities head coach, they run a ton of different sets offensively. You have to go over a lot, and let's stop the play one more time here.
We've had an interesting start to this one. First we had to change the starting lineup a little bit. Now we had maybe a clock error, but it looks like we're fixed. 5:50 to go here in our opening quarter. 4-point lead for the road Bulldogs. With the ball now is Travis Johnson, the senior. Skip it over, ball fake. And you talked about it for Tri-City, 5 guards, so they'll try to spread this floor out. And the one man big inside is Elisha King, but he's only a freshman. And here is King driving. Excuse me, that's not King, that's Young, and he was rejected. Ball fake by Johnson. This is Travis Johnson driving baseline out to Lawrence. Lawrence gets it stolen away. Looked like that was taken away by Papa Samba, making his presence felt. Here comes Nolly, handoff Morgan, corner 3, no good. Rebound, we're headed the other way, it's Lawrence. Lawrence, bounce pass, nice finish there by King. An 8-2 lead here. Panthers struggling to find their offensive game here early at home. Here, fast-paced start. And you know, for the Panthers, how do they get Nolly the ball where he can continuously be successful? You know, we haven't really seen him bring it up the court, but he catches that ball in good spots all the time.
Yeah, I mean, you could place him wherever. If you want to put him on the block for a nice turnaround game, get it to him on the wing. I mean, it doesn't look like they're face guarding him or throwing any junk defenses right now. You got to take a better look at that. But you can get him the ball anywhere on the floor, and he will score it for you. But Tri-Cities, you know, they're doing a very nice job right now, up 12-6. It's not going to be like this the entire game. Landers is going to get his points, but you just have to limit it and make sure it doesn't come at the opportune times that you don't want him to be at.
So Carter Jr. handles coming out of the timeout. Gets it up top to Tyler Smith. Entry feed to Nolly. Nolly's getting his jersey yanked inside patiently off the glass. No good, but Nolly grabs his own rebound after it was knocked around a couple times. Attacks, no good, and rebound out to Tri-Cities. Shot no good. Rebound there for Tyler Smith.
Yeah, a little rush there from the freshman, Peyton Daniels. You don't necessarily want that shot right there. You can get that anytime in a single possession there. So Coach Forks can't be too pleased.
Carter Jr. with the ball now, drives in the lane, pulls up, no good. What a finish, getting up, slamming it down. Tyler Smith showing that athletic ability.
That was nice, Ned. That was nice, and here we might have another one.
Smith can't get that one to go, but he'll head to the free throw line as DeMarcus Johnson got under him. Good to see Smith safe after that kind of foul.
But it's plays like that can ignite a home crowd and a home team. You get a big dunk. You get the juices flowing, the crowd's into it, you're feeling good about yourself. We almost had another one here. Let's see if this.
Nolly top of the key, driving, he's doubled, and the ball's ripped away. Headed the other way is, and finishing, that's DeMarcus Johnson, and he'll head to the free throw line. Chance for a three-point play after the steal in the bucket.
Yeah, he is. He's a good one. He is a big-time scorer, former South Fulton Lion on the AAU circuit. He loves to get the ball in the basket, and it's great to see. He's someone that is averaging 15 points per game, 4 rebounds and 4 assists, and almost 3 steals. So he does a lot for this Tri-Cities team.
Gets his free throw to go. He now has 7 points, had a 30-point game earlier this year in a win against Therrell. So Marnie Ballston handles here. And that one briefly poked away, but Ballston regains, got to cross the timeline, finds Terrell Morgan. Morgan patiently mid-range, no good. Rebounding, we're headed the other way with Young. Young attack, finger roll is good. Quickly from defense to offense is John Young with the rebound and one-man fast break. Nolly to Samba. Smith drives through contact, swatted away. Terrell Morgan ball fake, finds Smith mid-range, no good. And rebound pulled down to Tri-Cities and Johnson. 3 ball from the near wing, gets it to go. Peyton Daniels give the assist there to Young. And a timeout called by Langston Hughes as they see this lead get up to 11 for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, that's, I mean, you can't hope for a better start than a 20-9 lead. They're knocking down shots. Their guards are aggressive. DeMarcus Johnson has done a great job so far. Yep. I preface that so far on Landers, and that results in an 11-point lead.
20-9, 1:13 to go here in our opening quarter. Thanks for tuning in to Sportal Space's coverage of this doubleheader. We saw the Langston Hughes girls get a win in our first game, and now in our second game, the Langston Hughes boys are struggling here, down 20-9 in the opening quarter. It was a 69-58 win for Langston Hughes in the first meeting just a week ago. Looking for the series sweep, and Amani Ballston does his job and gets an easy bucket.
Yeah, very important game in Region 5. Langston 10-1 in the region, but that second spot, it's a 3-team logjam. Alexander, Douglas County, and Tri-Cities all sitting at 7-3. And Alexander, they have wins over Langston Hughes and Tri-Cities, but when they did beat Langston Hughes, Landers Nolly was suspended for bumping a referee. So keep that in mind.
So we got under 40 to go here. 20-11 lead for the Bulldogs of Tri-City. Let's see if they're patient and wait for one. John Young coming off the screen, attacks, and did that go off his thigh? It did. It'll go to Langston Hughes, and they'll have a chance to hold for the last shot of the quarter if they choose. And quickly, Coach Welsh gets Carter Jr. back in the game, and he'll give Terrell Morgan a quick break. So it'll be Morgan, Ballston, Nolly, Smith, and Samba in for Langston Hughes. They get it to Nolly, under 30 to go here. He's checked there by that for Langston Hughes as being without Josh Butts, who we mentioned had that allergic reaction before the game. So although he had to kind of awkwardly start, he came out as soon as there was the first dead ball, and we haven't seen him back since. He's in a sweatshirt down on the sideline.
Yeah, Coach Welsh, he's getting into it right now. He's a very passionate coach, and he's not pleased. You've got the #1 team in the state. You're hosting against #4. This is a huge region game. I know we had snow and everything, but he can't be too pleased with how they came out. And it's a little bit of a hangover from that MLK game we just mentioned. You would expect them to come out a little hotter, and then you got that weird thing with Butts not able to play. But I just can't foresee them holding Landers for too much longer. But great job by Tri-Cities. Great game plan thus far, sticking DeMarcus Johnson on Landers Nolly.
Langston Hughes, that shot by Nolly, no good. Rebound inside. Morgan battling, gets his own rebound again. This time, kicks it out. Open three, Carter Jr., top of the key, gets it to go. So Morgan grabs 2 rebounds and ends with an assist. Quickly the other way for Tri-Cities. Langston Hughes comes into today's game with a 15-5 record. We mentioned it, defending state champs last year, 25-8 on the season. Beat Brunswick pretty dominant in the state championship game.
Yeah, and they did that as a 3 seed. And we have a foul here. But it was Langston Hughes. They did it as a 3 seed. They were road warriors in the playoff. Beat Dunwoody, beat Lee County by 3 points. Upset Gainesville, who was a heavy favorite last year, and again would be a favorite between them and Langston Hughes. Beat them by 3. Outlasted Allatoona by 2 on a controversial charge call, and then thumped Brunswick.
3 no good. Rebound to Samba. And Langston Hughes will try to cut into the 6-point deficit they're facing. Tyler Smith just inside the 3-point line. Terrell Morgan, nice move to the left hand. And Morgan gets his first bucket of the game. Yeah,
Clark and Morgan have really stepped up big time this year after seeing not much playing time playing behind Khalil Cuffey and Derek Cook. Stolen there by Samba, headed the other way. Tyler Smith kicks it back out. Carter Jr. couldn't get that 3 to go. Rebound's going to go to DeMarcus Johnson. Quick look ahead and finish on the other end. Nice job of Johnson quickly getting that ball out of his hands and up ahead to Daniels. Nolly coming off the pick. Long 3, contested 3, no good. Morgan battling underneath, and rebound pulled down by Tri-Cities. That was Therese Huddleston on the rebound. Now the 10th different Bulldog to see time in today's game. Daniels goes inside to Huddleston. Now handoff to Johnson. DeMarcus Johnson, no good. Nolly clears the air ball. Headed the other way. Nolly right down the lane. Is that going to be a charge? It is. Nice job stepping in, drawing the contact by the senior Travis Johnson. That is a good call, very good call. He was set. You love to see it. A lot of people will want to shy away or try and block a shot, pick up a dumb foul. Just set your feet, show that you're a man, show that you want to make winning plays, and he took it on the chest there.
And forces a turnover and gives Landers Nolly his first foul of the game. Johnson over to Eli Lawrence. 2-3 zone look here out of Langston Hughes. Lawrence, catch, shoot, 3, good. Give the assist to Johnson. Nice job against that zone. That's one way to beat it.
They got some shooters. I'm telling you, they got some shooters now. This is when you got 5 guards, you better have some shooters, and they do, and the Bulldogs hot early on.
Morgan over to Landers Nolly, and we're going to have a hand check called there on DeMarcus Johnson. So we've seen the 6-foot Johnson guard Nolly, and we've seen the 6'3" John Young guard Nolly. So they're kind of mixing it up as John Young goes back to guarding him here. And now Titus Hunter into the game.
You know, it's great. Johnson's done a great job of guarding him, but you definitely don't want to get him in foul trouble because then you're losing 15 points per game right there on the offensive side.
Nolly grabs his own miss and puts it back. Landers Nolly would not be denied his second field goal of the game. John Young driving baseline. Lawrence, catch, shoot, the lefty. No good. He's been good from deep so far, though. Bolstead pushes ahead to Morgan. Tyler Smith, Nolly had position inside and drew the foul.
Hey, what'd I say? They're going to be grabbing jerseys, going to be pulling pants, and how are you going to get the ball to Landers? You can post them up, and that's what they've been doing lately, and that's where he's finding his opportunities.
So that's the 16th foul on Tri-City. Next one will put the Panthers in the bonus.
Is that right? 3 fouls on Johnson? That is a major error there. If that is true, big-time mistake. Can't let that happen. That is a game changer.
And they're still yanking at jerseys inside. They get it to Nolly. Was that kicked away? It was. So we'll stay down here with the Panthers. They're getting physical with Nolly, and to be honest, for the most part, they're getting away with it, especially when he's in a post-up position.
Yeah, and we're playing at Langston Hughes, so you would figure, you know, you don't want to say star calls, but you got to keep an eye on them. You know they're going to throw some tactics at him. Not too many calls going his way right now.
Nolly up top, off the screen from Samba, ball fake. Tyler Smith, ball fake. Now he's driving baseline, nowhere to go. Nice defense there by the Bulldogs. Inside, I don't think Nolly was ready for it. It hit him right in the face. We're headed the other way with Eli Lawrence. Lawrence in attack mode. Oh, no good. Rebound, no good. And then cleared by Morgan. Nolly, other way, through contact, and one. Landers Nolly will find a way to get in the scoring sheet.
So he's he's a guy that you think he's having a bad game, and then you look up, oh, he's got 24 points in the fourth quarter. So his bad games are usually great games for about 93% of everybody else in high school basketball. So it might not be pretty sometimes, but then you look up, well, he's got his 30 points. So it comes and it goes, and it's always going to be a threat that Tri-Cities has to keep an eye on.
So Landers Nolly now with 9 points. Corner 3 is no good. Rebound, well fought for. It'll stay with Tri-Cities. Attacking is Lawrence, no good. Follows his own shot and gets the tip in.
Nice second leap right there. Nice bounce from Eli Lawrence. He's averaging close to 10 rebounds per game. He's only about 6'4", 6'5". Very impressive.
Nolly inside and draws contact. And this is on John Young. And that's only his first.
Yeah, this is what I worry about if you're Tri-Cities. The fouls are starting to creep up. You got 8 fouls now, and out of those 8 fouls, how many? 4 or 5 are trying to defend Landers? Yep. And that's just what he does. He's such a difficult cover. He's not just a three-point shooter. He'll take you on the block, and he'll use his size to their advantage. And Rory said before the game, they want to exploit that size, and they're doing it right now.
And you know, Nolly's very impressive at the free throw line. He's going to get fouled a lot, especially with his size and the way he can play a guard spot or a forward spot. And he takes advantage of his opportunities at the line. Now has 5 points from the charity stripe. And pass, they're going to say kicked ball off Patrick Carter Jr., who is a sophomore.
Yeah, Landers 7 points in the second quarter. After scoring just 2 from the charity stripe in the first frame, he's starting to get it going. Once he sees that ball drop once, you know, hold on tight. Hold on tight.
So 3:42 to go here. It's a 4-point lead for Tri-Cities. They led by 9 after the first quarter. Ball kicked off. Tri-Cities will head the other way. Titus Hunter maybe trying to do a little bit too much with that ball handling.
They turn right to the senior Travis Johnson back in the game, a veteran. I think he might even be team captain for him. You got to handle the rock. He's been there before. Someone Coach Forts trusts.
So they get the ball inbounds to Carter Jr. He's checked there by the aforementioned Travis Johnson. Nice ball handling there as Ballston gets it.
Now we got Eli Lawrence trying to guard him.
Nice positioning there by Nolly.
Too easy.
Give that assist to Morgan. Here's this pressure from Langston Hughes and another kick ball. Patrick Carter Jr. has got some big old feet out there, his second in a row. .313 to go here before halftime. 2-point lead for the visiting Bulldogs of Tri-Cities. 2-3 zone, excuse me, a little bit of a 1-2-2 look with Landers Nolly out front. Head fake, no good. Morgan brings down a rebound, his fifth. They look ahead to Nolly, who drives baseline, corrals, can't get it to go. Morgan's tip, no good. Lawrence pulls down the rebound. Lawrence trying to split double team. He kicked that ball himself. Great effort there by Landers Nolly. Getting on the floor. Terrell Morgan the other way. Step through and finish.
We're knotted up at 30.
All tied up here. It's been a huge run. 16-7 in the second quarter to get this thing tied at 30. Johnson kicks out. Nice ball movement. Eli Lawrence in the lane. Left hand. Nice touch.
Lawrence is hot right now. He is hot right now. He put up 26 points in their loss. The first time they met, Nolly had 31 points. So both of these guys are going to be up there today.
Wide open is Samba over to Nolly. Nolly on the far wing. Three-pointer. Pull up. Oh, round and out. Rebound pulled down there by Daniels.
You cannot go under the screen against the best shooter in the state of Georgia. You do not do that. That was a lucky, lucky possession for Tri-Cities to go under the screen on Landers. Nolly, are you crazy?
They look inside. Nolly, great post position. Morgan fed it to him right where it needed to be. And we're tied at 32 again. This one's starting to pick up some pace and energy here. It's a small crowd today, but they're loud. Corner three, Daniels wide open. Catch, shoot, got it to go. Assist, Johnson. Other end, Nolly through contact. Late foul call, but it did finally come.
This is just everything running through Landers right now.
Yep.
Man, he is just putting on a show. He's got 8 points, 11 points in the quarter right now. So I told you, it wouldn't take long, and they are just punishing him on the low block. And, I mean, they just don't have any size. They had a kid named Zach Morgan who was 6'7", 6'8", very physical post presence, who I thought was going to be on this roster to open up the season. That's why I really love Tri-Cities, but he ended up transferring. He's playing in GSA or GI, one of those crazy leagues, and that really hurts them when you play a team like this. You just don't have that big bruiser, that big size, that shot blocker inside to really affect post players.
So a 1-point lead here for the Bulldogs. 35-34, minute 20 to go here before the half. Patient with the ball is Johnson, and calling a timeout is Coach Forts. Taking a look at Coach Fort's Bulldogs team this year, coming into today's game at 14-4, 7-3 in Region 5-6A. They're coming off a season in which they went 18-14 and advanced to the second round, beat Valdosta in the first round, lost to Allatoona, and they're looking to bounce back. You mentioned Lawrence, we've talked about Johnson. They've got a lot of talent, just not a lot of size.
Yeah, that's their one bugaboo you kind of might worry about when you make a deep run, especially in 6A, when you're going to see a Gainesville looming with 6'7", 6'6", 6'6". That's some trouble, but Tri-Cities has had some great results. They beat Eagles Landing 68-56. They were the Peach State champs. They won the Peach State Classic, beat Therrell 86-77, beat Pinson Valley of Alabama 86-79, who was playing St. Pius today. I don't know who won that one. And then they beat Jonesboro 83-67. So Tri-Cities has played good competition, and they have taken care of business for the most part.
Good enough to be the number 4 ranked team in Sandy Spiel's 6A rankings. 3, Daniels, good. He's got him back to back.
The freshman with 3 threes. Is that Kane out there? Langston Hughes, Demisha Kane changing jerseys?
Demisha Kane had 35 points in the girls' game. The first of our doubleheader. Carter Jr. ball fake, elbow jumper, gets it to go. Nice patience there by the sophomore Carter Jr. Under 40 to go here. We'll see if the Bulldogs choose to play for one. It's a 1-3-1 look out of Langston Hughes defense. Skip over the cross. Johnson had to pull that down and save the over and back. Morgan at the top of this 1-3-1 look. No Landers Nolly in the game right now for the final possession. Kick out, corner, three, Lawrence, no good. Rebound, Morgan, that's his 7th. He's been battling. Ballston, look ahead, 2-on-1. No good. Rebound pulled down by Daniels. We're under 10. There's plenty of time. No rush for the Bulldogs. Catch, shoot from the corner. Would not fall. And Morgan pulls away the rebound. Eli Lawrence, excuse me, that was Eric McNary. Saw that ball spin around the hoop about 3 times, but didn't fall in. Instead, spun out. And that is our score at the half. 38-36. Lead for Tri-Cities. Kyle, biggest halftime adjustment for Langston Hughes here at home.
Well, you got to contest those shooters. You got to get an eye and a hand on Eli Lawrence and DeMarcus Johnson. But, I mean, Langston Hughes is a team with all the momentum. If I'm Tri-Cities, I'm Coach Forts. You started off great, up 23-14, end of one. You lost that second quarter and by a pretty nice margin, but they still hold a 2-point lead. But you got to find a way to slow down Landers. He was huge in the second quarter.
So we're going to a quick halftime break here, about 10 minutes. We'll take a break for about 5 or 6, and we'll be back with first half recap, and we'll recap the first game of our doubleheader as the Langston Hughes Lady Panthers took down the Lady Bulldogs from Tri-Cities. This is Ned Cage alongside Kyle Sandy here on Sportal Space's coverage of Georgia High School.
Today's game is brought to you by Sportal Space. Sportal Space helps teams find gyms and fields for practice or training. Makes booking a gym as easy as finding a restaurant on OpenTable or a hotel on Expedia. Check out Sportal Space today to see available gyms. Sportal Space. Every practice, Today's game is brought to you by Sportal Space. Sportal Space helps teams find gyms and fields for practice or training. Makes booking a gym as easy as finding a restaurant on OpenTable or a hotel on Expedia. Check out Sportal Space today to see available gyms. Sportal Space. Every practice, every game.
And we're back here at Langston Hughes High School. I'm Ned Case alongside Kyle Sandy here in Fairburn, Georgia, just a little bit south of the Atlanta airport. 38-36 lead for the visiting Tri-City Bulldogs after one half. Before we recap that half, Kyle, our first game of the day was a doozy with the girls of Langston Hughes taking on the Lady Bulldogs of Tri-Cities. And it was the Demisha Kane show as she went off for 35 points in the win.
11 three-pointers. That is no doubt a school record. She had 9 steals as well, so she brought it on both sides. And Langston Hughes, they won that game because of their defense with the press, and they shut down first-team All-State selection Destiny Thomas, held her to 11 points and 13 rebounds. Had 6 blocks, but an outstanding job by Xavier Trice and those Langston Hughes Lady Panthers.
And we talked about this game was going to be all about number 21, Landers Nolly. In that first half, he went off for, 13 points?
15 points.
15 points and 4 rebounds. And it was kind of a struggle of a half for him despite the 15 points.
He can score in so many ways. It's not just a three-point shooting. Yes, he's a phenomenal three-point shooter, but he had 4 two-point buckets and the rest, 7 free throws? Mm-hmm. So he was finding a way to get it done. He wasn't getting too many opportunities out on the wing, so Rory said, Coach Welsh, let's post them up, and they punished the smaller Bulldogs inside. And they got Tri-Cities into some foul trouble. DeMarcus Johnson, if that was right on the scoreboard, 3 fouls, a big-time error to let him get that third foul. That is a big, big loss. They had to take him out. He had 7 points. The lefty had all 7 points in that first quarter there. But Eli Lawrence, averaging 22 points, 10 rebounds a game, and 3 steals for Tri-Cities. The unsigned senior guard, the lefty, smooth, silky, 14 points, 5 rebounds, really carrying Tri-Cities right now to a 2-point lead at the half.
And he's been helped by the freshman, Peyton Daniels, who came off the bench to give this Tri-Cities team 11 points, including 3 threes. And really, we were talking about at the break, that's kind of been the difference. It's been Tri-Cities scoring from the outside, hitting 5 threes and hitting a lot of jumpers. And it's been Langston Hughes on the inside, whether it's Nolly or Smith or even their guard, just getting to the rack, not settling.
Yeah, only 1 3-pointer made for Langston Hughes in that first half, and that 1 3-pointer belonged to Patrick Carter Jr., so it wasn't even Landers, who, of course, you think he's going to knock down some threes. So we'll see if Tri-Cities can keep shooting the ball, but man, I'm just worried about the foul trouble, and if they keep pounding them inside with Landers, and if Landers starts to get some three-pointers dropping too, and he's got it inside and outside, man, it's going to be tough. But Tri-City's a great first half. Second quarter, little faulty, but that great 23-14 lead after one really gave them some leverage and some cushion heading into the second quarter, and now eventually the third quarter.
So 2-point lead for the Bulldogs. They'll have possession here to start our second half. Langston Hughes won the first matchup of this year, 69-58. It was 31 points for Landers Nolly. It was 26 points for Eli Lawrence. Lawrence and crew looking to put together a few more points and hold on to this lead, split the season series. So it looks like man-to-man here for Langston Hughes. We saw a couple different zone looks, although it does look like a little bit of a 2-3 zone now as they are passing from zone to zone. Daniels looking for a three to start off. The half can't get it to go. Carter Jr. pulls down the rebound. And Patrick Carter Jr. thinking they're going to get him for the hook. He had that right hand around the hip of Travis Johnson.
Yeah. Was it the hook? Did they call the hook or did they call it a push-off? Was it a hook? If they called a hook, okay. If it was a push-off, I don't know about that one.
Hey, I'm up here. I'm not the one blowing the whistle, thankfully.
We might need to get you down there one of these days.
They go inside, and we talked about it. Those their scoring came from the outside. They go inside. Lawrence grabs the rebound. Long three here for Johnson. Can't get it to go, and Morgan pulls down another rebound, but Lawrence stole it away, gets it to go.
And he is a nice-looking player. He is a good-looking player. You're a Division I low major. This is someone to keep an eye on. He's still available.
Nolly, nice find. Smith, another two right there. Landers Nolly now with 3 assists. Driving baseline, Young through contact, late foul call. It's going to go against Papa Samba.
And John Young, he's been quiet. He's averaging over 12 points per game. Had 4 points, all coming in that first quarter. I believe he rolled his ankle and wasn't 100% in their first meeting. So let's see if they can get him off the schneid there. And he's a very, very nice scorer like Eli Lawrence. It's pretty smooth when he gets it going, but he's a feast or famine type of guy. He might get you 20 points, but then the next game he might only get you 6 points. So if he's going in the right direction, he's seeing shots fall, Tri-Cities is that much better.
Gets his first free throw to go. John Young has 6 games of scoring 15-plus points this season. Second free throw is good as well. He's now got 6. And looks like we're going to have a little full court pressure here from the Bulldogs. We'll see how heavy the pressure is. And a little confusion here, but now we'll get the ball set to come in bounds. It'll be Tyrell Morgan. And Josh Butts is in the game now.
All right.
Maybe that first half he calmed down from that allergic reaction a little bit and is ready to play. So Butts technically a starter in today's game.
Yeah.
But getting his first real minutes here.
And he's just a, do the dirty work type of guy. He's not a throw it in the low post and he's going to get you baby hooks and up and unders, but he will do the dirty work for you.
And Butts corrals the loose ball. Morgan driving left hand. And it looks like we're going to have a blocking foul call. He'll head to the line for 2. It's going to be Travis Anderson.
Yeah, it looked like they had 2 players trying to set up for that charge, and they kind of got in each other's way and hit him with the block call. But Tyrell Morgan, he had a very nice first half, 4 points. He's almost at, he's got 9 rebounds right now, 3 assists, and he's kind of, if you're looking at him, even if you're just looking at the hair and the style, he's like a miniature Derek Cook who is at Northeastern right now. So he's a player that has waited his time. He's a junior, so he's got a lot more time to try and get to that Division I level, averaging 12 points per game and just under 7 rebounds. So he does a very nice job with that size at the guard position.
Great rebounder at just 6'4". Driving is Titus Hunter, gets it to go and 1. Titus Hunter with a nice take. Hunter comes into today's game averaging just under 8 points and scored 18 against Pinson Valley, who you mentioned that game earlier.
Yeah, Pinson Valley, they got a win over St. Pius today. St. Pius was without Brian Gonzalo, had the flu, and they were missing Patrick Snipes, who had a fractured foot, so it is a tough loss for St. Pius.
Quickly headed the other way is Boston, and he was fouled on that one. He'll head to the free throw line. So Boston had 3 points in that first half. Misses this free throw. Boston, the backup point guard. Starting point guard we mentioned is Morgan. You don't see one, you don't see a lot of 6'4" point guards, and two, you don't see a lot of those point guards go get in the post and battle for rebounds the way he does. As a friendly roll there for Boston to give him 4 points. Quickly the other way is Langston Hughes. Nice dish inside. Young on attack mode, and foul there by Tyler Smith. Nice dish there by Titus Hunter from the corner.
Yeah, both teams scoring the ball very well. That first meeting, we mentioned it earlier, 69-58. It was a Langston Hughes victory, but they're putting the ball in the basket.
First free throw goes there for Daniels.
That is, let's see, that was John
Young.
Young. So John Young, aggressive right now, has already hit 3 free throws in this third quarter, and that brings his point total up to 7.
Young's second is good. So it's a 46-41 lead here for the Bulldogs. Pull up, Nolly off the glass, nice touch, but just couldn't quite go, and the ball bounced out on the baseline. Great pull-up, nice use of the glass. Just a little bit strong on that one.
Yeah, it looked like that was going to go in. A nice little kiss, but like you said, just a little too strong. And Tri-Cities, they've led wire to wire throughout this one, haven't they? They've done a nice job. Langston Hughes has got it close, but they've responded quite well with a veteran backcourt. And you win with guards in high school basketball. I know you have your Wendell Carters here and there, but for the most part, you win with good guards at the high school level.
Lawrence coming off the screen, catch, shoot. No good. Butts couldn't get the rebound, but it comes down to Carter Jr. Carter Jr. to Butts inside. Butts goes up with it and gets it to go. Didn't you just say you couldn't throw the ball into the post to get some offense from him?
Very nice patience right there from Butts, and a soft little floater in the lane. Very nice. Only a sophomore.
And deflected that shot a little bit. Rebound cleared there by Samba. Now Carter Jr. is getting pressured by Hunter. Carter Jr. in the lane, spin move, lost the ball. Headed the other way, it's Peyton Daniels, the freshman. Daniels, left hand, no good. Butts, follow there. Huddleston gets it to go. Huddleston's first points to go along with 3 rebounds.
Uh-oh, what's going on? Number 2, who is that? Patrick Carter got banged in the mouth there?
Yeah, might have gotten bopped in the nose or somewhere in the face. And are they going to make him check out? Are they going to say he looks like he's looking for blood? He's showing blood. And Amani Boston will check back in.
It looks like he's okay, but if he wasn't okay, who's that next guard off the bench behind Boston?
Yep.
I'm not sure. You got one quality guy, or at least guy you really trust out there, but beyond Boston, who do you trust the most on that roster?
Nolly from 3, no good. Rebound to Samba. Nice work on the offensive glass. Boston's going to be left wide open for 3, short with it. And nice poke out there by Nolly. Morgan can't get it to go in. Lawrence comes down with the rebound. Headed the other way quickly. Eli Lawrence into contact.
Whoa.
And they're going to call a travel there.
Yeah, it's a bad call. That is a Euro step. He hit that foot and he pulled back. That is a bad call right there. And that's a tough one, because if you're going to call anything, probably could have been an and one with a little bit of contact there.
So 30-second timeout called by Coach Forts and the Tri-Cities Bulldogs. I want to correct myself from earlier. It was a 3rd round exit for this team last year when they bowed out to Altoona, beat Alpharetta in the first round, and that Valdosta 1-point win came in the second round.
And if we're coming clean, I think I called Patrick Carter Jr., Patrick Clark, Sequoia, shooting guard, had a little beef on him. He can knock down the three-pointers, but I apologize as well for our mistakes. We're not perfect up here, but we try the best we can to at least give you some accurate information, and we're all about accuracy.
Did you just drop a little beef on us? A little balance, elbow, eyes, follow through?
No, I don't even do that back in the day. I was 2 feet away from the basket. I don't need to shoot from outside. I can't even see that far anymore without my glasses on.
Ned Case alongside Kyle Sandy. Thanks for tuning in to Sportal Space's coverage of Georgia High School basketball. And if you're a basketball coach out there looking for some gym space, or if you're a gym out there looking to rent out your gym space, check out sportalspace.com. Great place to go, hooking up teams, coaches with facilities.
That's right. We're trying to connect the community. That's why we're out here today. AAU season is about to start. If you're coaching a team from any age group, we have gyms in the metro Atlanta area. Check out sportalspace.com. We'll get you going.
Armani Boston, no good. Tip out by Nolly. That one's going the other way. That's maybe the third or fourth time. Nolly's done a good job of tipping the rebounds directionally.
Yeah, giving his guards a chance to corral it, but wasn't able to get it to one right there.
Daniels quickly attacked. Dish. No good. Fighting for the rebound. It's Huddleston. Continues to battle. Can't get that one to go. Rebound is going to go to Nolly. And we're headed the other way. Nolly behind the back dribble. Step through. Bump. And he can't get it to go.
5-point lead still. 3:13 in this third quarter. 48-43. Tri-Cities is still led for the most part in this game. Doing a good job. Landers has not scored in the third quarter. That is about to change. But again, after a slow start in that first quarter, then Landers went off in the second. Same thing here. Slow start to the half. Let's see if Tri-Cities can keep the clamps on him.
.48-44, 3:13 to go here in our third quarter. Panthers looking to cut this to a one-possession game. They do. 45-41. Skip pass across. Eli Lawrence, catch, shoot, gets it to go. You know, I think the impressive thing about Lawrence and his shooting ability is the way his feet and shoulders always seem to be set when he catches that ball.
He's got a nice little bit of a wiry frame, but if you put on some muscle on him, he could be a big-time player in college.
And Lawrence is going to get called for the foul. It looked pretty clean from here, but of course we are up in the top row, and the official was right on top of the call.
Little love there. Landers dapping him up for the nice defensive play, but it goes in the books as a foul, and looks like that's his second, so he's okay. But DeMarcus Johnson, if he picks up a fourth, then it gets a little scary.
We still haven't seen DeMarcus Johnson in this quarter, I don't believe. So you got to wonder if they're just going to save him for a fourth quarter run.
They're doing okay without him. I mean, you're stealing minutes. If that's the case, it's as good as it's going to get right now. You're not extending the lead, but you're keeping it.
Turnover there, one bad pass led to Young having to try to keep the ball in bounds. Finds Nolly. Nolly driving baseline, poked away from behind there by Eric McNary. So 5-point lead. Again, Tri-Cities has held the lead, I think, for the whole game. I believe we were tied at 2-2, then it got out to 8-2, and now the Bulldogs have been controlling the game, but they've been leading the game throughout. Butts handles up top, looking for some help. Now Terrell Morgan comes to give that help. Morgan drives, kicks it out. Carter Jr., top of the key, no good. Rebound to Nolly, and then it was poked away, so it'll stay down here.
Looks like
with the Panthers.
They're trying to get the ball to Landers. They dribbled at him, trying to maybe get an angle for a post feed, but Eli Lawrence was draped all over him. Good defense, had two people in front and back of him. And look at it right there a little bit, but let's see how they defend him one-on-one.
Nolly doing a good job of seeing that double team. Pulls up from the elbow, gets it to go. Landers, Nolly showing incredible ability right there.
That might be what? How many jumpers has he hit? Is that his first or maybe second? I mean, a lot of that has been inside and at the free throw line, so he sees that first one or maybe second one drop through.
That pass was tipped by Nolly, but he couldn't corral it. Skip across, three, no good. Battle for the rebound underneath, and I think that's going to go. That's a good call against King. He grabbed the arm of Butts.
It's a war down there. This is a huge game. Region 5, 6A. It was the best region in 6A last year. It's very competitive again this year, and nothing's going to come easy. And we see some battling down low. Tri-City's scrappy Bulldogs just don't have that size, but they have fought well, and they have fought to a 3-point lead with 1:50 left in this third quarter.
51-48 lead for the visiting Bulldogs as they've kept Virginia Tech commit Landers Nolly in check for the most part. That's tough to do for a whole game, though, and here is Nolly. Nice find. Smith underneath, ball fake, draws contact. Can't get it to go, but he'll head to the free throw line.
Yeah, you know, he got up in the air. Huddleston, obviously you don't want to do that, but he was smart enough to have a fairly hard foul. Nothing easy for an and one. Sending Smith to the line, who was 1 for 2. Missed the first one pretty ugly. Let's see what he does here.
Good look at Stroke, just wouldn't fall for him. Only 2 points in the second half here for Smith. Had 9 in that first half. And Boston's going to check back in and give Carter Jr. a little break here. Maybe a quick break before the quarter. And second free throw is missed. Rebound tracked down by the Bulldogs, and we're quickly headed the other way. In attack mode, it's Young. Young, right hand, can't get it to go off the glass. Josh Butts pulls down the rebound. Boston up ahead, it's a 2-on-1 to Smith if they can find it. Does a nice job finding it. Layup, Morgan is good. Tyler Smith with a nice dime there.
It's a 1-point game. Here we go. Langston Hughes is sniffing that lead.
They've got a trap, and it's going to be an over and back. Nolly takes it away. Nolly attacks through contact, can't get it to go. Nolly may have been better giving up that one to Morgan, but he'll have a chance for 2 points at the stripe.
So this is a big moment here. 107 in the third quarter, down 1. Landers could give them the lead. Let's see how Tri-Cities responds if Landers hits both of these, and he will not.
Short on the first there, and you know, for the most part, every run Langston Hughes has made, Tri-City's been there to answer it. You know, we talked about it that second quarter and halftime, the momentum all seemed to be in favor of the home Panthers, but the Bulldogs came out in that third quarter and took it right back as Nolly gets the second of 2 free throws to go.
Very fitting, we're tied. It's been a very even game, both teams. No surprises here. It's going to go down to the wire.
So Travis Johnson with the ball in his hands. Johnson, a reliable point guard, but not much of a scorer. Not in the scoring column yet today. Does have a couple rebounds and a couple assists.
Extending that defense, looking like a 2-1-2 right now, but they're so long, especially with 6'7" Nolly up front.
Here's McNary behind the back dribble, 45 to go. The Bulldogs seem content to hold for 1, and they're going to call a timeout here as Coach Forts wants to talk it over with his unit, and it's going to be a full timeout, which will give us another minute to talk to you guys back home. And so, you know, 45 seconds here. It seemed the way the Bulldogs were playing with that timeout that they may want to hold for 1 here. But you feel 45 seconds is too long to hold that ball, Kyle, or you just say, hey, let's have the last possession and the chance to take the lead into the final quarter?
I'm a fan of the last possession.
Yep.
45 seconds. We don't have a shot clock. I know some coaches hate that, but you don't have it, so use it to your advantage. You don't want to go into the fourth quarter with Langston Hughes with the lead. They're feeling good about themselves. The crowd's getting into it. It's our first lead of the game. Let's not even have that be an option. I want to hold it for the last shot, and if we get a bucket, we take the lead. We feel good now. If not, we're tied. You know, the momentum is pretty neutral right there.
And we'll see what the Panthers choose to come out in on defense. We've seen the 2-3 zone. We've seen man-to-man. We've seen full court pressure. And most recently, we've seen that 1-3-1 zone. And are they going to have Nolly in? Yes, they will. And Tyler Smith wants to check in the game, but I don't think they're going to check him in right now. And we look good to go. So no Smith and no Carter Jr. on the floor right now for the Panthers. Guess they don't want to pick up any cheap foul here. And it looks to be man-to-man here for the Panthers. Nolly's on ball, guarding Johnson. Johnson drives, gets in the paint, swatted away. And now the Panthers have a chance at last possession. Up ahead to Morgan. Morgan drives in the lane, controls the body, left-hand scoop, goes.
I mean, I don't want that. I don't want my 5'10" guard going into the trees of 6'7". I don't want that.
Lawrence on the other end gets it to go. Give that assist to Johnson. We got 15 seconds to go here. Nolly handles. He sees the clock. It's at 10. Samba setting a pick. Nolly driving baseline. 4-3. Pulls up. Gets it to go. Landers Nolly in control. And that's going to take us to our fourth quarter.
55-54. First lead of the game. Landers 23 points now. It's been all two-pointers. It's been a ton of free throws, but Landers showing that sweet stroke, going baseline, hanging up there 6-7. You're not going to block that shot. The scoring machine has it going. And then Tyrell Morgan, 6 points in that quarter. We got a good one coming down to the wire. Eli Lawrence still doing his thing with 8 points in that quarter. He has 1, 2, 3, 4 threes for the game.
I've got Lawrence down for 22 points along with 7 rebounds and 2 assists. And we talked about it, the first meeting, which was a 69-58 win for the Langston Hughes Panthers on the road at Tri-Cities. It was 31 points for Nolly. It was 26 points for Lawrence. It looks like it's going to come down to those two guys again. And then after this next 8 minutes of play, we may be saying whichever one of those guys has more points could be the winning team.
It's very possible, but in games like this, which role players are going to step up?
Yep.
John Young, he came to life, hit 4 free throws in that quarter, only has 8 points still. He's creeping towards that 12-point average for Tri-City. DeMarcus Johnson has not scored since that first quarter, 7 points. And we got number 11, Peyton Daniels, 11 points, has really provided a great spark off the bench, the freshman for the Bulldogs on the road.
Daniels, no points in that third quarter, though. They'd love to see him come to life here in the fourth, and we're underway here in the fourth with Landers Nolly controlling, trying to drive baseline. Nice defense there by Young. Not a lot of room for Nolly, and I think they're going to get him for travel, or we're going to get a 30-second timeout called by Rory Welsh. Thankfully for you at home, we don't have commercials to send you right back to another commercial. But Nolly just getting a little trapped there. And you can already see the importance of this game in every possession in the fourth quarter. Where you're 15 seconds into the fourth quarter, you're Coach Welsh, and you already call a timeout to save possession when there's a trap.
Very important, but again, on that other side, you don't want to burn too many timeouts. I think he hasn't called too many, so he's got a bunch in your back pocket. But that's one thing you don't want to do. You don't want to burn too many of them. It's not like the NFL. You only get 3 timeouts, right, and you're, play clock's down on 2nd and 1. You call a timeout, something like that. So as a head coach, you always want to know how many timeouts you have, and Coach Welsh, he's got a bunch of them, Coach Forts as well.
So they'll bring the ball inbounds. It'll be Tyrell Morgan bringing it inbounds. Right in front of the cheerleaders, who've brought plenty of energy for the Panthers today. Butts handles top of the key. Young giving him plenty of room. Nolly posting up inside, double teamed. Catches, reach in, poked away. Headed the other way with the ball is Young. Young can't corral the dribble. Pulls it out. Eli Lawrence showing his ability to score inside and out today. He's now got 24.
Have we seen DeMarcus Johnson? What's the deal with him? I don't recall seeing him. He's on the bench there.
He's on the end of the bench there.
I don't know what's going on, but he'd be a nice little help.
Attack by Smith, no good. Rebound brought down there by Huddleston. Other end, Lawrence, no good. Battling for the rebound. Tyler Smith comes down. He leaks it ahead to Nolly. Nolly, nice pass. Carter Jr. blocked from behind by Daniels. Headed the other way. Young gets it to go.
Tough hoop there. Tough hoop in traffic. Floats it in with that right hand. John Young, he is starting to get it going a little bit, especially with Johnson on the bench, and he gets a pilfer.
And a reach-in foul there on Morgan. And that'll be the 5th team foul on Langston Hughes. Tri-City's already with 7 fouls.
Eli Lawrence loving it, getting some help. Batman has a Robin right now, and he is loving to see the help. John Young coming to life offensively and defensively.
Young now in double digits with 10 points. Kyle mentioned it, averaging 12 on the season to go along with 5 rebounds. So Travis Johnson handles here. He's got Peyton up top, no good. That was Peyton Daniels on that 3. Landers Nolly pulls down his 7th rebound of the game.
And here's the matchup we've been watching all day. Eli Lawrence, Landers Nolly going at it both ends.
Nolly, baseline, pull up just inside the three-point line. What a sweet stroke by the Virginia Tech commit.
McDonald's All-American game, are you watching? Are you watching?
19 offers for Nolly. Chose the Hokies over Georgia Tech, Florida State, Vandy, Oklahoma State, Wichita State, Illinois, just to name a few.
Oh, wow.
Long three, Lawrence checking the temperature, and he wasn't that hot, and we're going to have a foul called. It's going to go the other way. 58-57 lead here for Tri-Cities. They've held the lead for most of the game, but trailed by one entering this fourth quarter. And like we mentioned, 1-1 here for the Panthers in this fourth quarter. Two more will be in the double bonus.
Yeah, 5:50 to go in regulation. In the bonus, I foresee a bunch of free throws in Langston Hughes' future as long as they stay aggressive. Something that Tri-Cities has to be wary of. Got to move your feet on defense, watch those hands, and are we ever going to see DeMarcus Johnson again? What did I miss out here? I'm not sure. Injury, I know he didn't foul out. I don't know what's going on, but he is someone that could relieve so much pressure off this offense for Tri-Cities if he's out there.
Free throw is good. It was a 1-on-1 opportunity. I think everybody forgot that.
Yeah, Papa out there, reining it in. I don't know what his free throw percentage is. But the crowd reacted like you don't see him hitting too many of those, but a big-time clutch free throw for Papa Samba, the junior, 6'7".
His first points of the game. Chance to get another point. Gets it to go. Nice touch and the lead.
Big time.
Off two free throws from Papa Samba. Just under 6
lead
to go. 59-58 lead for the hometown Panthers. Man-to-man defense here as the senior Travis Johnson handles up top.
Tyrell Morgan draped over Eli Lawrence.
And they get it to Lawrence. Lawrence inside attack, block, but foul called on Morgan. And earlier I said it was a light crowd, but they got loud. They got loud on that one. Displeased with the official's call.
Yeah, they like Papa's block down there, but Morgan was riding him with that lower body. You got to call the foul there. A little 2-on-1 action, but he bumped him down low.
Lawrence's first trip to the free throw line today. And the left-hander gets it to go. He's got that sweet-looking southpaw stroke.
Oh, you got to love it. Got to love it. Little Ty Fagan, little smooth, wiry frame. Doesn't have that takeover ability, but he is in that same mold. Smooth lefty that can score from all three levels.
And he gets his first two free throws of the game. That one nearly stolen by Young. Now Nolly handles. Nolly about ripped that ball out of Carter Jr.'s hands, wanting to take control of this game. Got his man in the air. Kick out Morgan. Got his man in the air. Drives baseline. Won't go. Smith working inside. Rebound and follow. Tyler Smith, only his second bucket of this second half.
Yeah, we have not called his name too much in this second half, but he had 9 points in that first quarter. A little quiet now, but 13 points, 7 rebounds on the night. He's a physical post presence, hurting the smaller Bulldogs on the glass.
Peyton Daniels open from the wing. Couldn't go. Rebound to Papa Samba. Pushing now is Carter Jr. Finds Smith. Smith staying in attack mode. Gets it to go and one. Tyler Smith with some emotion after that bucket.
Don't want to wake him up. Don't poke the bear. It's been the Landers show, but when he has Tyler Smith going, that's a tough inside-outside duo. You got to respect all positions on the court.
And a timeout called by Coach Welsh. A little bit of an interesting timeout as they seem to have most of, if not all, the momentum. But they'll talk it over, make sure they've got their defense set.
So 63-60, 4:39 in the fourth quarter. Landers Nolly, 25 points, 7 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 steals. Looking at Tri-Cities, their star has shined as well. Eli Lawrence, the unsigned lefty senior guard, 6'4", 6'5", probably 6'4". He's got 26 points, 7 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals. So they're both going at it. We talked about it. We want to see the role players that step up. Tyler Smith has brought it in this last minute or so for Langston Hughes to extend to a 3-point lead. Now, how does Tri-Cities respond? And I have him on a milk carton. We put out whatever the alert is, Amber Alert. Where is DeMarcus Johnson? I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on, but it's looked like he's sitting down, like he's getting talked to. They might be inserting him back in the game, and if that is so, he should be super well rested because has he played in the second half?
I haven't seen him since he came out with those 3 fouls in the first half. He's jogging on the floor now. There was a little frustration out of Therese Huddleston as it looks like he was taken out for Johnson, and Huddleston kind of just walked to the end of the bench there. Some teammates called him back to the huddle. Everything looks good to go now. Tyler Smith looking to complete his three-point play. Doesn't get it to go, and Johnson back in the game, back in the stat column with the rebound.
But you sit that long. Do you have your legs? Do you have a sweat? You break a sweat? Do you feel good? Are you in the groove of the game? That's tough. It's like when you have a bench warmer coming out there and he's taking his first free throws with 5 seconds left in the game. He's cold. He's not in the flow of the game. Let's see how they get Johnson back into the flow.
And a moving screen on Lawrence. And that's a tough call to take if you're a Bulldogs fan. But we mentioned it, DeMarcus Johnson averages 15 points per game, 4 assists, 4 rebounds. Coach Fort's way out of his coaching box.
Oh, no.
Having a word with the official, and the official wants him to get back in, and Coach Fort smartly doesn't take any technical there.
Make sure those shorts don't roll up too. I know that's a big emphasis.
Nolly controlled, smooth off the glass.
This is getting to that danger zone. 65-60. They're going a little cold, not scoring.
And taken away. Morgan has it. Up ahead to Smith. Smith behind the back dribble, skips it over the top to Carter Jr. Carter Jr. looked like he could have taken the shot, opted not to. Nolly, nice dish. Morgan, great cut, and the lead continues to extend.
And DeMarcus Johnson was out for offense, defense. Why are you going offense, defense? He's got 3 fouls. There's 4 minutes left. You're losing momentum. Why don't you have your best players on the court? Coaching error, Coach Forts, unless it works out, but right now I don't like it. I don't like it. You need to help out Lawrence. He's doing all the heavy lifting. You need your spark plug out there. Why is he on the bench this entire second half? I just don't get it.
He checks back in now, but you talk about offense for defense when you have 3 fouls with 3 minutes to go. Doesn't matter too much. Nolly got called for the foul there. That's his 3rd. He was just trying to jump that pass a little bit.
They got to stop the bleeding here. Now all of a sudden you look up, you got less than 3:30 to go, and you're down 7. That's tough playing the #1 team in the state.
1-1 for Lawrence, and he can't get it to go. We talked about his sweet shooting stroke. Misses a big free throw. Landers Nolly doing a nice job to work back for the ball. Takes the bump from Young. Nothing called behind the back dribble. Nolly over to Morgan now. Morgan spin move, nice double. Can't get it to go. Samba working for the rebound, but off his fingertips.
Yeah, if I'm Coach Welsh, obviously we want to do this. We want the ball in Landers Nolly's hands every time because even if he's not shooting, he's putting so much pressure on that defense. They have so much attention. Okay, do I have to run the double team at him? Get the ball in his hands, and everyone's going to be on their toes defensively for Tri-Cities. Not like it would be if he had some other players, role players. If the star player has the ball, everybody ears perks up. They got to be on full attention.
Deep 3, DeMarcus Johnson back in the game, couldn't get it to go. Landers Nolly with his 8th rebound. Nolly in attack mode, ball poked away, corralled, nice find to Morgan. Landers Nolly continuously in control all the time. And that one almost kicked away, driving inside. Johnson, left hand, can't get it to go. Follow there is good. That follow by King, his 2nd bucket of the game. And King's gonna get called for the foul there, it looks like. And did he just foul out? I think Elijah King, the 6'5" freshman, may have just fouled out. And he did. So we'll see who Coach Forts goes with. You take away 6'5", that's your tallest player on the roster.
Yeah, at this point, you need to score some baskets. I don't care what the positions are. I want my 5 best players on the court. If you're looking at Langston Hughes, Lander 6'7", he's going to score from all over. But other than that, are there post scores? Papa Samba, I know you laughed at me when I said Butts isn't going to put drop steps and all that, but they're not going to dump the ball inside. It's going to be predicated with their offense on the perimeter. You can get away with the 6'3" guy down there as long as he's bodying up and hitting the glass and putting a constant pressure on whoever they're guarding.
So first free throw by Morgan came up short. Morgan gets a second to go. He's now got 15 points. Quickly the other way, drawing contact and one. DeMarcus Johnson finally back in the game, making a contribution. Chance to get to 10 points with a free throw.
All right, they got some time left. I don't want to say too little, too late. You know, a little bit of a pessimistic sometimes, but you needed that offense throughout. I just feel like if he was in the game, you wouldn't be in this position. Maybe it'd be a 2-point game, or you'd have a 2-point lead, because Langston Hughes, they're going to have to focus their attention on him because he can pull from so deep, and without him out, that you just don't have those 3-point shooting threats outside of a Lawrence.
Johnson gets that to go. Now has 10 points. Landers Nolly fires it to midcourt. Tyler Smith kicks it out to Butts. Butts attacks off the glass. Nice take. Josh Butts inserted into the game in a funky way, but 4 points here in the second half. Floater by Titus Hunter couldn't go. Rebound pulled down by Butts.
Butts has done a really nice job. 4 points, 2 rebounds, a steal and a block. Very nice minutes.
Stolen the other way. 7-point lead. Langston Hughes doesn't want this one to get away from him. And a little bit out of control there was Hunter. Now Landers Nolly coming down in a 3-on-2 situation. Lob, Smith, patient, block.
Wow.
Hayden Daniels with a big-time block. The 6-foot freshman got up, skips it across. Lawrence, catch, shoot, no good. Big rebound underneath. It's going to go to Smith and the Panthers with 1:20 to go. And Coach Welsh calls a timeout to calm everybody down, including myself.
Gotta do it. Gotta do it. 1:21 left, 72-65. Tri-Cities quickly finds themselves on the ropes. It slipped away very quickly. That's what happens when you play a Landers Nolly team. They got to find a way to score. They got to find a way to get some stops. It's going to be difficult now.
Ned Kish and Kyle Sandy here at Langston Hughes High School, part of Sportal Space's doubleheader coverage. We had the Langston Hughes girls walk away with an 11-point win in our first game. The Langston Hughes boys looking to match that result. Now, Kyle, if you're Coach Forts here and the Tri-Cities boys, how many more possessions can you go without foul? When do you need to really start fouling, putting them at the line, and creating, 3-for-2 opportunities?
Yeah, they're already in the double bonus. You want to be selective with who you foul. If you can get the ball into a Butts' hands or a Samba's hand, even though Samba hit both of them, obviously you want to try and go and foul them right there. Try and get the ball out of Landers' hands. I'll foul anybody but Landers. Even though Landers has missed, 2 free throws. He's hit a bunch of them, so take that back. We definitely don't want to foul him, but you got to do it pretty quickly. You're running out of time.
10 of 12 from the charity stripe is Nolly. And we'll wait for Terrell Morgan to tuck his jersey in. And now tie his shorts. Feels like that's something you do in pregame, not in the last minute 20 of the fourth quarter. But now we're ready to go. They're doubling Nolly on the inbounds. But it's 6-7. You can almost just throw it up to him. And poked away by Lawrence, but we'll stay with Langston Hughes. No ability to run the baseline, though, now. And they'll let Nolly inbounds it, use his height to see over the defense a little bit.
That's fine with me. If he's inbounding the ball, then I'll just foul right then and there. I'll foul right there. I'll foul right there. Or I'd come away with the steal.
Poked away, Hunter in attack mode, right hand layup, gets it to go. Titus Hunter, second bucket of the game. They get the ball inbounds to Carter Jr., down by 6. Up ahead, Morgan on attack mode, finds Samba. Samba off the glass.
Goodness.
I think Coach Welsh was definitely holding his breath on that one. But Papa Samba's been clutch here late. Eli Lawrence with the left-handed scoop.
No one back.
Nolly ahead. Samba, finish.
The Papa Samba game. Come on. Big time.
Johnson's three, no good. Tries to chase it down. Can he keep it in? And it's going to go to Langston Hughes as the lead is out to 8 with 37.1 to go. I'm over here thinking it's going to be a foul, slow down in the half court, eat some clock. Nope, we're up and down all game long.
What did that change on the scoreboard? It's 8-point game now. Before all that mess, what was the score? It couldn't have been, you know, I don't think they made much ground. They probably might have lost some ground. That was some wacky stuff right there. It was 72 to 65, I think, before all that mayhem occurred. Coach Forts is lobbying to the refs. What's he want here?
It looks like we had a little bump in between Nolly and maybe Lawrence and maybe McNary.
Landers has gotten a couple bumps throughout the season. We know with the referees, he plays with a chip on his shoulder.
A tempered young man.
He plays with a mean streak. We'll leave it like Buzz. You got a player that plays with a mean streak. Formerly of Mark Fox for about 18 hours or so.
Committed to UGA, decommitted about a day later.
Georgia's done fine for themselves. So Ashton Hagens, Amanzi Nugamezi.
Toppin over at Norcross.
Right. So they're accumulating some talent, most definitely. And Elias King was who slipped my mind for that 2019 class.
And Coach Fox is having a pretty good year. His Bulldogs today had a showdown against Auburn. I believe it started at 6 today. Landers Nolly gets
Watch
the ball
out,
now.
John Young.
We're going to get offsetting technicals maybe.
John Young was stepping over him on purpose, trying to, don't give me that, John Young. You were stepping over him. He could have walked around him, tried to put his, something on his head, and I think that's the right call out. I mean,
double tech both ways.
I mean, Patrick Carter, he's just trying to get up. He really didn't do it. If someone's, draped over, you got his legs and waist on you. I mean, how unless you're going to do a barrel roll to try and get up, and I mean, he didn't do anything wrong. That was on John Young, trying to incite someone, try and get a technical, but double technical doesn't really benefit you.
Yeah, I've never been, same with double technical as when you get offsetting on sportsmanlike and football. You don't really understand it. I mean, a lot of times just because there's two people involved, one person was clearly the instigator, and they should be punished. So, like you said, no harm, no foul. You see the officials talking with the coaches now, making sure everything is under control.
Yeah, I mean, I had my eyes right on it. It looked like John was about to get off him, but then he kind of just left that left foot or whatever dragging on him, and then he went back on top of him, and very weird. Now we got some pushing and shoving a little bit with the freshman Peyton Daniels. And Landers trying to get into Landers' head. And, a little motion here. We'll see what happens.
8-point game with 30 seconds to go. It could be a long 30 seconds as Coach Forts is going to pull Young out of the game, maybe cool him down a little bit.
No, it looks like he fouled out on that one. And
you're right. Double technical was 5th foul for Young.
Checks out with 10 points, 2 off his average, but pretty much did what he does.
And now the officials are going to call the coaches over to talk again.
This is what happens. Region 5, 6A basketball, it gets heated. Number 1 versus number 4, defending state champions. You got Tri-Cities trying to prove themselves. They've been trying to give me heat about my rankings. I guess I don't think Gainesville's for real. I don't know. You might want to go see them play. But Tri-City's trying to prove something, but it looks like they're going to run out of time here. Down 8 with 30 seconds to go. Hard-fought game, but if you want to be the man, you got to beat the man. And right now, still, Langston Hughes is reigning.
So, Panthers ball. They'll get it in to Samba. And it turns it over. And a foul call, and a tough foul call there, but
I wasn't so sure Samba was going to pass it backwards. That would have been backcourt. He was right then. He was looking that way, and if they didn't call that foul, it's very well possible he could have tossed if he saw a familiar face. It was another hold-your-breath moment for Coach Welsh.
And he had Tyler Smith wide open under the basket, but, and that's almost one of those things where all the extracurricular kind of gets your mind out of the game, and you forget the game and time situation.
And how often is Samba, holding the ball at midcourt? He's used to being 2 feet away from the basket. He's in uncharted territory right there.
So first free throw, no good from Samba. Samba's kind of been the star of this fourth quarter. He's got 6 points in it.
Coming on strong.
Samba 6 points, 4 rebounds, looking for his 7th point. And can't get it to go. Eli Lawrence comes down with the long rebound. Pressure here by Langston Hughes, just trying to slow down the Bulldogs. Lawrence is going to catch, shoot from deep. It's going to be short. A little bit of a push, nothing called. Johnson from the corner, 3 rims out. Nice work inside, blocked, and it's going to go to Langston Hughes. Good rebound there by Huddleston, but just too much length inside for him to get that shot back up.
9 seconds left. This one all said and done. DeMarcus Johnson had 3 points since coming back in the game, but just not enough time out there, not enough court time to really make an impact in the second half.
And they bump Nolly there, so he'll have a chance to go to the line and extend this out to a 10-point potential final score. And that first free throw goes for what I have as his 28th point of the game. Second free throw is good for Nolly, who's got 29, and shockingly that's below his average. They're going to let DeMarcus Johnson go get an easy 2 right there so he can at least add to his total, and that will do it. Final score here from Langston Hughes. The Panthers 78, the Tri-Cities Bulldogs 70. It was a game Tri-City led for much of, had a lot of control of for about 3.5 quarters before it really turned out to be the seniors for the Panthers. Landers Nolly and Tyler Smith making the difference. We mentioned it. Nolly going for 29 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. For Smith, the big 6'4" guard, he went for 15 points and 8 rebounds. Some help here and there. I thought Terrell Morgan played well with 11 rebounds and 15 points, 4 assists. So, I mean, that's a nice kind of big 3 Langston Hughes is really starting to develop, especially if they can get some help from Patrick Carter Jr., Samba, some of their other role players.
Ned, you were right. You said whoever scores the most points between Eli Lawrence and Landers Nolly win this game. Landers Nolly, 29 points. Eli Lawrence, 28. Total rundown on Nolly, the Virginia Tech commits line. 29 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists, 2 steals, 1 block. Tyler Smith, 15 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists. Tyrell Morgan, 15 points, 11 rebounds, 4 assists, 1 steal. Looking at Tri-Cities now, Eli Lawrence, 28 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 steals. DeMarcus Johnson did not play in the third quarter, didn't play till about last 4 minutes of the fourth quarter, 12 points, had 5 rebounds. Peyton Daniels, the freshman, 11 points all in the first half. John Young, the senior, who fouled out, 10 points.
I think the biggest takeaway from this game, from where I'm sitting, is the impressive play of Eli Lawrence for Tri-Cities. You talked about, he's not a create for himself guy, but he is a fantastic catch and shoot shooter, and if they can find consistent ways to get him the ball, they're going to be tough to beat. You're going to have to score a lot of points to beat this team.
Yeah, Eli Lawrence, he showed it. He's got a nice touch from outside. Got to the basket a couple times. Not one to over-dribble. He's fine with passing the ball off to his teammates, but he got to the basket when he needed to. Again, 6'4", unsigned senior. A very good look at that low major level, Division II, junior college, all those guys. You want to check in on them. Great performance. Eli Lawrence over that average of 22 coming into the game with 28 points. But it's a loss, so Tri-Cities, number 4 in the state, drops to 14-5, 7-4 in Region 5 6A. Langston Hughes, number 1 in the state. We'll see if they stay. We got the rankings coming out on Sunday. They advance to 16-5 and 11-1 in Region 5, a commanding lead in the region now.
Check those rankings out at sandyspiel.com. Find rankings, recaps, and everything you need to know GA high school basketball related at sandyspiel.com. That'll wrap us up here from Langston Hughes. Thanks for tuning into our doubleheader. The Langston Hughes Panthers win both games over the Tri-City Bulldogs. For Kyle Sandy, I'm Ned Case. Thanks to our entire production crew. It was a great day today. Landers Nolly, 29 points and a win for the Langston Hughes Panthers.
Today's game is brought to you by Sportal Space. Sportal Space helps teams find gyms and fields for practice or training. Makes booking a gym as easy as finding